John D. Rockefeller's life reads like an epic saga of ambition, innovation, and transformation. Born on July 8, 1839 in Richford, New York, he would rise from humble beginnings to become the world's first billionaire. His journey from a modest upbringing to amassing a fortune that would dwarf even today's wealthiest individuals is a testament to his extraordinary vision and determination. Rockefeller didn't just accumulate wealth. He reshaped industries, pioneered modern philanthropy, and left a legacy that continues to influence the world. Early life and foundations of an empire. Rockefeller was the second of 6 children. His father, William Avery Rockefeller, was a traveling salesman, often described as a snake oil peddler. Known for his charm and cunning, William led a transient lifestyle, leaving much of the household responsibilities to his wife, Eliza. Eliza was a devout Baptist who instilled in her children a strong work ethic and a deep sense of thrift. These contrasting influences, his father's entrepreneurial flair and his mother's discipline, shaped Rockefeller's character and approach to life. From a young age, Rockefeller displayed a knack for business. At 12, he began saving money from small jobs and soon loaned $50 to a local farmer at 7% interest. This early venture into finance marked the beginning of his lifelong obsession with numbers and profits. He once remarked, "I was always intent on looking after the cents because the dollars would take care of themselves." After completing a brief business course at Folsom's Commercial College in Cleveland, Ohio, Rockefeller landed his first job as an assistant bookkeeper at 16. His diligence and attention to detail quickly set him apart. By the time he was 20, Rockefeller was ready to venture into business himself. Partnering with Maurice Beach Clark, he established a produce commission firm. This modest beginning laid the groundwork for his entry into the oil industry, which would soon dominate his life. Entering the oil industry. The 1859 discovery of oil in Titusville, Pennsylvania, sparked a frenzy. At the time, crude oil was primarily refined into kerosene for lighting, a lucrative alternative to whale oil. Rockefeller recognized the potential of this new industry but saw the chaos and inefficiency in its operations. In 1863, he invested in a Cleveland refinery, a strategic move that would eventually revolutionize the oil business. In 1870, Rockefeller, along with his brother William and other partners, founded the Standard Oil Company. From the outset, Rockefeller focused on efficiency and control. He believed that the oil industry could only thrive if it were centralized and streamlined. To achieve this, he employed a strategy of vertical integration, ensuring Standard Oil controlled every aspect of the production process from extraction to refining to distribution. Rockefeller's approach wasn't merely about running a profitable business. It was about creating a monopoly. He negotiated secret deals with railroads to secure discounted shipping rates, undercutting his competitors. He also implemented aggressive tactics such as price wars, offering kerosene at prices so low that rival firms couldn't compete. When they inevitably went bankrupt, Rockefeller would buy them out at a fraction of their value. By the early 1880s, Standard Oil controlled over 90% of the oil refining capacity in the United States. The controversy of success. While Rockefeller's business acumen was unparalleled, his methods were highly controversial. His critics labeled him a robber baron, accusing him of using unethical practices to eliminate competition and exploit consumers. The public began to view Standard Oil as a symbol of corporate greed and excess. The backlash against Rockefeller and Standard Oil intensified in the early 20th century. In 1902, journalist Ida Tarbell published The History of the Standard Oil Company, a scathing expose that detailed the company's ruthless business practices. Her work galvanized public opinion and increased calls for government intervention. In 1911, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that Standard Oil violated antitrust laws and ordered its breakup. The company was divided into 34 smaller entities, including Exxon, Mobil, and Chevron, which remain dominant players in the oil industry today. Ironically, the breakup made Rockefeller even wealthier, as he held significant shares in all the new companies. His fortune continued to grow, and in 1916 he became the world's first billionaire. Philanthropy, a new chapter. Despite his controversial rise, Rockefeller believed in the moral responsibility of wealth. He was deeply religious and saw his fortune as a divine trust to be used for the betterment of society. After retiring from active business in 1897, he turned his attention to philanthropy, dedicating much of his time and resources to charitable causes. Rockefeller's philanthropic endeavors were groundbreaking. He donated more than $500 million during his lifetime, funding initiatives in education, science, and public health. In 1889, he founded the University of Chicago, transforming it into one of the nation's leading academic institutions. He also established Rockefeller University in New York City, which became a hub for medical research and innovation. Through the Rockefeller Foundation, established in 1913, he supported a wide range of causes, including efforts to eradicate diseases such as hookworm and yellow fever. His foundation also played a pivotal role in advancing the fields of social science, agriculture, and public health. Rockefeller believed in addressing the root causes of societal issues rather than merely treating their symptoms. This philosophy of scientific philanthropy set new standards for charitable giving and inspired future generations of philanthropists. Personal life and legacy. Despite his immense wealth, Rockefeller lived a relatively modest life. He was a family man who valued simplicity and routine. He maintained a strict schedule, starting each day with prayer and Bible study. His hobbies included gardening and playing golf, and he was known for his quirky habit of handing out dimes to strangers as a symbol of his belief in saving and investing wisely. Rockefeller lived to the age of 97, passing away in 1937. By the time of his death, his fortune was equivalent to more than 1.5% of the U.S. GDP, making him one of the wealthiest individuals in history. But his legacy extends far beyond his financial success. Rockefeller's life is a study in contrasts. On one hand, he was a shrewd businessman who built an empire through aggressive tactics. On the other, he was a visionary philanthropist who used his wealth to advance human knowledge and improve lives. His story raises important questions about the balance between ambition and ethics, power and responsibility. In many ways, Rockefeller's influence can still be felt today. The companies he founded, the institutions he funded, and the philanthropic principles he championed continue to shape the world. His life serves as a reminder of the transformative power of innovation and the enduring impact of giving back. Whether viewed as a ruthless monopolist or a benevolent benefactor, John D. Rockefeller remains one of the most compelling figures in the history of American capitalism.